Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to The Toast. Happy Monday. That feels seriously like when you're as talented and successful as we are, like the days really don't matter.
So you're saying it doesn't feel like a Monday?
No, I mean, there's so much joyousness to acknowledge.
To me, it feels like January 1st.
Oh,
like,
no.
So Monday. This
to me
feels like the longest weekend in like, not even in a good way, in like a
to me,
end of an era way.
I'm feeling like it's December 24th, like the day before Christmas break.
Wow.
That's so crazy how we're having different days.
I just feel like it's like as Monday as they come.
Oh crap, you have to pacifier at my house. I meant to bring it. I was like
That's
literally
okay.
sucking
We're
on
gonna
it.
be together the whole summer. I'll find you were sucking on
It's like
it.
kind of addicting. I get why the kids are obsessed. Like kids these days, I see you. It's the well, I was gonna say
oral
modern
fixation.
It's a vape.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Imagine if I just become one of those like
No.
I identify as a toddler, you know?
Imagine.
And I start like grabbing my pants.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not. What's that from? That's like one of our things, no?
Smile, don't smile.
Perhaps not.
It's giving smile, don't smile.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, under what is it from? Thank you, White Chicks. Perhaps not. Also, you know what I'm just now realizing? Smile, don't smile, which is one of our favorite things to say, is obviously from Bring It On, but it's a Sparky Pilastri quote.
All iconic quotes are.
All roads lead back to Sparky Pilastri.
It's true. So also say, I'll be with you all summer if you want to find a time to give me that patsy back.
No, but like my things are all packed and like I left it on the counter.
Your bags are packed. She's ready to go.
That's why I look like such a freak today. Like I don't want to talk about my outfit. Everything cool and summery that I owned has been loaded up. So I just thought to myself, what if I wore this dirty sweater I wore all weekend and a pair of leggings?
Well, I have officially worn 2 and 3 times all of the clothes that I brought for this week of like podcasting and going from here to there and there to here. And I'm out of athleisure. So I had to wear my nicest seamla and a cardigan. I literally had nothing else to wear.
We are survivors. We will get through this.
We're just getting through.
But let's talk about, there's so many things to talk about. Like you said, it was the longest weekend, but it did kick off with another sold out show at the Beacon Theater, Toast Live, Girly Swirlies Night Out.
We haven't seen you guys here, minus 3,000 of you, since Friday.
Minus 3,000.
Minus a cool 3,000.
Another just
yeah, we've been to the
year 3,000. I feel like we can only play at venues that hold 3,000 people, you know?
Right.
It's a kind of our number.
It is. It's a good one.
It's kind of crazy that like 6,000 people saw us this weekend. You know what I mean?
That is crazy. And that 12,000 people total will see us at the Beacon.
Right.
Over the course of this residency.
Right.
This leg.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was an amazing night. The Toasters came out again in full force. This Friday night had a sense of electricity, a sense of magic, because it was a Friday night in New York City and the Girly Swirlies were having a night out.
It was a girly swirly night out.
There's really nothing more to say other than it was amazing. Can't wait to do it again. You bitches aren't ready. That's really it.
I'm really excited to do it in West Hampton because it's going to be the same GSNO vibe, which is an elite vibe. But with like a beachy feel. There's going to be something laid back about it. Like this was very dressed to the nines, razzle dazzle. Like
bright lights, big city.
We might as well have been in Vegas.
We were.
But this is going to be just like a little bit, even my seamless are a little different.
Me
like
too.
I'm really excited for that laid back beach town feel.
Sort of nautical toast energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's just going to be a great summer of doing shows. We're literally a bunch of showmen.
You don't even understand how much showmanship we have.
I, in 3 days, did 6 podcasts total.
Yeah, because you did the redheads.
Are showmen. All we
are
do
showmen.
is shows.
No, you're definitely a showman. I feel like I'm currently like in my IT boy era because this is our last show in this gorgeous studio for the summer. We're headed out east. I literally have a truck full of equipment. I'm literally the IT department. I know I'm going to be spending all day like sweating over like these microphones and stuff.
So you don't feel like the greatest showman? I mean, P.T. and Barnum like put up the tents himself.
Yeah, of course. Like we are nothing
the best
if not.
showmen are. You really don't just show up unless you're J-Lo.
No, we are. Even
And
she
that's how it's going.
doesn't show up these days. We are literally scrappy. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Like the next probably 3 shows, like they will be fluid in terms of their tech abilities. Like I just need you all to bear with me. I am like the one woman IT department of the Toast out east.
We're a work in progress, and we always like take a few days and then it's so great.
So I'm just like asking you all, nothing gets
You're asking for grace.
Nothing gets a community lit up more than a tech issue. I'm doing my best. I've only been doing this for 2 fucking days, okay?
Give her grace. As long as the audio is good, which is pretty much always fine. Audio is way easier. Audio is way easier than video. You know, we'll find our angles. That's really more of like an us thing where we're like, we didn't like it.
Yeah. And maybe it's like if we stopped like being ugly, then we would be happy, but we're not.
Oh, I don't think it's us being ugly.
Oh, I'm kind of like in my self-hatred era, you know?
Are you?
Yeah. Even though like I looked so good at the shows. It's really amazing what 4 hours of hair and makeup will do to the confidence.
No, it's really crazy what like 4 hours later can do. Like Friday I was so gorgeous. Saturday I was so ugly.
Yeah.
Even like Wednesday I was so ugly. Thursday so gorgeous. Like anything can change on a dime.
But we also just increased the bar for like what good looking looks like. We do our own hair and makeup all the time, and even when we slay it, it's not even comparable to sitting in glam. Knowing that I can be that beautiful makes days like today just a regular day when I didn't even have my makeup because it was all packed up. It makes it hard.
Sometimes I like my own makeup face.
So do I. No, but it never compares.
Well, I mean, most of the time you would hope, or else like try
right.
again. No, but like sometimes I get my glam and it makes me appreciate like how I do my own face. But I know what you mean. Like sometimes I do my makeup and I can't believe I have to go home and take it off. Like it seriously feels like a crime against humanity.
It was really sad taking my makeup off.
Literally, I feel like one of those people who like defaces art at the museum.
Literally. You're writing like Free Gaza on the Lincoln Memorial.
That's me taking off my falsies. It's a travesty.
It's
That's
not
artistry.
Right. It's artistry. Well, in addition to selling out the weekend and just being stars, we had an amazing family fun-filled, friendly weekend. I also decided to skip House of the Dragon last night. One, because I genuinely had no interest in watching it, and two, I knew that you weren't able to. You were editing Patreon, like we had things to do, so I was fine to skip it.
Update, by the way. So last night, I recorded a vlog last week that was always meant to be our 5th and final episode, was editing it yesterday and then uploaded it last night, and the processing was just taking forever, plus my hotel Wi-Fi was no match. So I uploaded it last night, on YouTube, but it wasn't as high of quality as the one that's up this morning. So now the gorgeous video is up, but if you were like itching for something last night, the YouTube link was available. And what was I just going to say? It was just like great Sunday night content. And I wish it was up sooner, but it was being so slow.
Well, speaking of great Sunday night content, while you were, slaving away, I was enjoying a gorgeous evening of watching the Olympic trials. It was track and field, and then of course women's gymnastics, which is like what everyone was watching. It was so good. Do you know, it's always like a team of 5.
Right, but it is a story.
Oh, okay, so I'll save my thoughts. Just once again, loved watching people fulfill their dreams.
Yeah. So there was also like really not an apparatus for me to watch House of the Dragon last night, and I wanted to like watch on my iPad, which like.
And I hate to be such a hater, but I just want to say like the viewing experience on Peacock like was less than enjoyable. I want to put that out there. Like, I understand that it's also on cable, so there are commercials. So Peacock like doesn't have commercials, so they just put up their logo and this like annoying like the little dots, like it was like a buffering symbol. It was driving me crazy, and they like couldn't get it together. They would come back to the feed late. I just want to say you have a lot like of coverage broadcasting coming up, Peacock. Like not everyone's watching the trials, but everyone will be watching the Olympics, and like do better, get your shit together. Like you have an actual IT department, so there's no excuse for you.
Yeah,
just want to say like not to be a hater.
Okay,
because like God bless the USA.
Of course.
But Peacock...
Well, it's kind of disrespectful to the country if you can't even get the footage on there.
No, like Simone Biles hasn't put in the work that she has put in just for you to like miss part of her routine because you were buffering. And don't come for me like it wasn't my Wi-Fi. I have the most premium Wi-Fi in all of Nueva York City.
Okay. I wasn't going to come for your Wi-Fi.
No, because I could see people being like, mine was fine. Maybe it was your... Well, it wasn't. It wasn't, okay? It's Peacock.
I could see that.
Like, too. I stream all day, every day. Not a problem. I pay for
Maybe so many people were watching, but still not an excuse. Like, get your shit together.
You think a lot of people are watching now?
Right. This is literally the trial.
Imagine when it's the real thing.
Yeah.
So, all that to say, unacceptable.
Okay. Well, we have great stories. It was a big, busy weekend, last weekend of June.
Can I ask you a question? Because we had this experience together. You and I had dinner together, and your husband was just like talking about how Jerry Springer died. And it was brand new information to me that Jerry Springer died. I am sure we talked about it on the toast.
did.
We did, right?
Yeah, I'll search it. I'll tell you the episode.
No, you don't have to. I believe you. I just wanted to like
Do
double
you
check.
want to hear what you had to say? It would literally be like you listening to another podcast for the first time because you have no clue.
Like if you would have asked me on Friday, like, what is Jerry Springer up to right now? I'd say he's filming his show and living his life and being a Jewish king. I seriously, and it's crazy to me that like I sat here and talked about Jerry Springer dying.
I'm glad that I searched this because
What, it was Passover or something?
it was an episode that I did with Olivia.
Oh my God. So maybe I didn't know that Jerry Springer
No,
died.
you probably knew, but like you didn't process it because you didn't have to talk about it on the toast, so it just came and went, just like in one ear, out the other. Because you get your People News notifications.
Did
saw
you
it.
know that he had died?
I never got the opportunity to question myself to know if he died because when they said it, it sounded familiar. But like, if you had asked me what's Jerry Springer up to, I don't know if I would have said he's.
I
no
like
longer with us.
100% thought Zach was confusing him with like another old man. Like Jerry Springer wasn't even that old.
No, I podcasted with Olivia that day.
I wonder where I was.
It was
What was the date?
May 1st, 2023. I think I was. I did a remote episode with Trout.
May.
I remember where
1st.
I was. It was like Cerclage.
Oh,
Why weren't you there that day?
totally.
I forget. There was
took a trip.
something. There was something.
All that to say, rip to Jerry Seinfeld. Oh my God, what's his name? Jerry Springer. Not okay. Jerry Seinfeld is very much alive. Another Jewish king. Just devastating.
I'm sorry that you're dealing with that.
I'm sort of processing this like in real time. And I just want to say, I feel like I'm not the only person who didn't know Jerry Springer died. Something must have been
Maybe
happening.
some people like didn't listen to Olivia's episode that day.
Something must have been happening in the culture like that day or that week where we were talking about something else.
Thankfully, I could tell
Because
you.
so many people on my Instagram were like, wait, I also had no idea that Jerry Springer died. Like there must have been a big story. What was
So
it?
that day, Jerry Springer died. It was also the week of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
That's definitely not it.
Jada Pinkett Smith Red Table Talk was canceled.
Huge news, but not
Monica
that
from Cheer was sued.
big. No.
Super Mario's.
Excuse me? Super what?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario? Super Mario?
Super Mario Brothers smashed the box office.
Well, I'm happy for Chris Pratt, but I don't think that was the gangbusters news
Let me
either.
just do like the day before that you were there that day, and maybe you could tell us what was going on with you when you were talking about.
Or maybe I
these
personally had a lot
things.
going on in my life and like I wasn't open to receiving the news. Or maybe, just maybe, I was experiencing denial.
Well, the episode. Oh no, this is from a month before. It was Montessori's Revenge. I thought maybe you experienced sickness.
No, maybe I was just like experiencing, something in my own life and I wasn't open to grieving. And now I'm finally over the denial stage.
That happens.
Right.
But it's like, what about this? I offered you this a while ago, but you didn't want to accept it. Like, whether Jerry Springer is alive or dead makes no bearing on your life.
Not true.
Because he's been dead for a year and you didn't even know.
Yeah, okay.
So what if you just and you
Pretended.
thought he was just doing his show, living his life, and that made you happy? Like, what if you just scrap knowing that he's dead and just go on believing like Jerry's alive and well?
That's interesting. And now that we're talking a lot about Jerry, I am having a flashback to something I said, either like in my personal life or when I came back to the show to talk about Jerry Springer.
That you went to his show.
Not only that, but I had such an amazing experience like with Jerry Seinfeld as a person. I've been like in his office. We have a photo together.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh my God. Am I okay? I'm sorry, Jerry Springer. And he was such a mensch, like, and now I'm remembering having said this story. Like, he gave off just like classic old Jewish grandpa vibes. Like, I went into his office because I just went as a patron. Me and my friends thought it would be funny to go to a taping, and we were having fun, like posting pictures. And like some intern was like, "Girl with no job is here," so they brought me into the office. And like, he was so nice. He said, "I hope you never come on my show. You seem like a nice girl."
And you fulfilled his wish.
His dying wish. Jerry, that's beautiful.
Why can't you say his name?
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a Freudian block.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, but like, what are the odds? There's like two old famous Jewish men, Jerry S.
Jerry S.
Exactly. And now we've said it.
Okay. Well, yes.
How are the stories?
The stories are great. Like 5 interesting things. I guess like, yeah. There were some that were flex. Like, you know.
Oh my God, there's like drama.
There's no drama. Like 4 are undeniably I had to choose.
Of course.
And I guess the 5th one was the alternate, and I think it's like totally fine. But I guess someone could be like, why didn't you choose the fact that so-and-so did so-and-so?
Well, speaking of alternates, that's a great segue into our first story. Was it the Olympics?
No.
Oh,
I guess, I mean.
It doesn't have to be.
I get in no particular order to you guys, but in an order to me, because my number one swirly.
What did I do?
Olivia Culpo.
Oh,
we're like not being telepathic today.
I know. There's like a glitch in the system.
It's because we're recording at a different time.
Oh yeah, you guys are probably gonna be like quaking. This episode's coming out so early.
And for me, like usually I have my first cup of coffee while I'm getting ready, and then my second one on the show. But because I don't have ice in my room, I haven't been drinking coffee. Like this is my first cup of coffee, and look how little so I'm uncaffeinated. That's why my brain's not working.
And to sort of circle back to an earlier point, we are survivors. Like we will get through this, and we make it look so easy. But like inside, we have no ice. Okay.
I did my makeup without ice this morning.
I did my makeup without my makeup. Everything was packed, and we loaded up our car last night.
But I see that you've overcompensated with jewelry.
Okay, don't be a bitch, first of all.
And I'm saying it in an envious way. Like, your jewels are on fleek.
I don't like to pack jewelry, so I wear everything on the travel day. Like,
but how do you maneuver your luggage when you have all these, like, rings and things on?
Oh, I have a mule. His name is Ben, and I do nothing. Like, that, to me, is the best part of being married. And a luxury, like, I cashed in on from the day we started dating. Like, I have never, unless I'm traveling alone, carried my own bags through an airport.
When it comes to that, yeah, and like the zipping of the luggage and turning it over and wheeling it out, like Zach's on top of it. When it comes to like preparing, like I can do things in literally a third of the time that it takes Zach to do something. Like I'm so lickety split. Like my nails will be chipped today. Like I have to do it myself.
Yes, no, there's two parts of it. Yes, of course, like the weaponized incompetence. Like yes, I could do it myself.
It's
Get
like
out of the
way.
way.
If you want something done eventually, ask your husband. Like if you want it done hastily, quickly, and it's already done
in an orderly fashion,
do it yourself.
But when it comes to physical labor, like that is for me where I draw the line.
But packing is physical labor. But you're talking about like brute strength.
Lifting.
Brute strength.
Overhead bins. Mm-hmm. Walking through the airport like with a million bags. No, that's really not going to be me. So yes, I'm decked out in my jewels.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I wasn't saying it in a Sade way.
Okay.
You know, whenever I wear a sweatsuit, I like put on a chunky necklace.
Chunky necklace.
That's a fun fact
It's
about
one
me.
of my favorite looks of yours, actually.
I just feel like, yeah, it's called
balance.
Balance. Yin and yang, like me and you.
Except today.
I'll
bring it back to ice.
Sir, you could tell by our outfits that we're just
not on the same page. I love that.
Usually we're so simpatico or atico.
I know.
But it's also blame this coffee. And you know what? If we want, we could blame my husband.
I mean, I'm always looking to blame someone's husband.
Here's how we could do it.
Okay.
He was responsible for getting me coffee like at some point this morning. It arrived as I was walking out the door. Like I met him on the street with it.
Yeah.
I was like, forget it. He's like, no, I'm here.
Wait, also, you just reminded me of something. Hold on. Blaming our husbands.
I feel like we're you know that meme of that guy on the whiteboard? Yeah. That's us finding a way to blame our husbands.
No, literally. But it's like,
it's not that hard.
It's not like, no, you're kind of making it seem like we're like going out of our way to be bitches. Like,
no.
We're actually not.
Like, I could have had this.
But you're a survivor, all that to say.
Also, he could have gotten me ice.
But he didn't.
So I have a jug of coffee in my room, but no ice.
She's a survivor.
It's as they say, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. Now, without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Skims. When it comes to loungewear, it's kind of like a perfect formula. It's a delicate balance of comfiness, of warmth, but of also cooling technology. Nobody's doing loungewear, pajamas, things of that nature better than Skims. And I don't feel as though there are two people who are more well-equipped to, be endorsing a brand when it comes to loungewear. So I love so many of my pajama pieces, my loungewear pieces from Skims. I've been wearing them for years. Like, not my favorite pair of clothing being like last Olympics when Skims did the Team USA collab. Like, they don't fit me anymore and I still wear them. I swim in them. They're the best. I've lost some weight, not to make everything about me. So the Soft Lounge collection from Skims is everything. When it comes to loungewear, we are experts at this point. So believe us when we say that nothing beats the Skims Soft Lounge collection. These clothes are so comfortable and cute, we live in them. You like living those. From our beds to walking the angel boy Doras, we are giving rich housewife energy all day and all night. The first thing I packed was my new Skims. Actually, I bought them and
Skims set with the boxers.
And I didn't, well, that's a boyfriend collection. Love that. But the soft lounge, I literally bought it. I didn't even take the tags off. I'm like, I don't want to wear this in my house.
Because you could be like me who wore it all weekend, already stained it.
Right. No, I want to bring it to the Hamptons and then stain it, you know? Everything from Skims is amazing. Also, when we were getting ready for glam for our show, I wore this like unitard and it's like a onesie. Everyone was like, where's that from? Skims. I was obsessed with it. Shop the Skims Soft Lounge collection at skims.com. It's now available in sizes extra, extra small up to 4X. And if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you. After you place an order, select podcast in the survey and select our show from the drop-down menu. Today's episode is also brought to you by VOGUE. We are always trying to do right by our bodies. So when it comes to hair and scalp health, finding a product that actually works and is made with clean ingredients always seems like a trade-off. But with VOGUE, we get products that are made with clean ingredients and are giving us visibly healthy hair and scalp. The thing about VOGUE is that it works. Period, full stop. Like you commit to it, you do it consistently, you get on the subscription, like it will work for you. But I think a lot of times, like when you find products that work, especially in like the beauty space, the trade-off is like, what's in there? Like crap. VOGUE is this like kind of unique blend, if you will, of it works, thank you.
Effective clean.
Efficacy.
We need a new category called effective clean.
Efficacy and cleanliness.
I switched to VOGUE when I was pregnant because it's clean and it's been so good for my hair. I actually intentionally packed it in my suitcase to have all summer because I can't be without it.
No, and I came to the table like looking for a product that works. Cleanliness like wasn't of the utmost importance to me. And VOGUE, the Grow Serum, I massage it into my scalp every single night. Staying consistent is so important. Like if you want it to work, you have to work it. Do it every night, massage it into your scalp. It's like a fun thing. I also like that it doesn't make your hair oily because a lot of these serums, like you'll have to wash your hair and I don't really do that more than 2-3 times a week. VOGUE is everything. And give your hair the power of that little pink bottle with VOGUE. For a limited time, Toast listeners are going to get 20% off their first order when they go to VOGUEmore.com/toast and use our code TOAST at checkout. That's VEGAMOUR.com/toast, code TOAST. To save 20% on your first order, VOGUEmore.com, VEGAMOUR.com/toast, code TOAST. Today's episode is also brought to you by Stamps.com. Work-life balance doesn't feel realistic when you're working through lunches or staying late to catch up. So free up the time consumed by tedious mailing and shipping tasks with Stamps.com. Stamps.com streamlines your postage needs, making your business more efficient and putting more life into your work-life balance. And as two girlies who obviously own a business, but especially this summer are traveling a lot, having this sort of mobile assistant, if you will, with Stamps.com, because we're constantly shipping things, is super. We are. And now, not to be like, make everything about me, like when you abandoned me and moved you and your whole family, we're constantly like sending merch samples back and forth and like
little
honestly
gifts.
Little gifts. Shipping can be like the worst thing in the world, but not with Stamps.com. So take care of mailing and shipping needs wherever you are, even on the go with their mobile app. All you need is a computer and a printer, and they'll even send you a free scale. You can schedule package pickups really easily through their dashboard and automatically see your cheapest and fastest shipping options from different carriers. The best part of Stamps.com is that you're going to get access to rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 89% off USPS and UPS. You can order shipping and mailing supplies, labels, even printers from their supply store when you're running low. So they do more than just, mail for small businesses. You can seamlessly connect with every major marketplace and shopping cart if you sell online. So put more life into your work-life balance with Stamps.com. Sign up with our promo code TOAST for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. There are no long-term commitments or contracts. Only when you go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the homepage and enter code TOAST, TOAST.
Thank you, Turt.
You're welcome.
Our first story, Olivia Culpo is a married woman.
Yes.
A gorgeous bride. They got married in Rhode Island at Watch Hill this weekend. They got married in a church ceremony. Her dress was Dolce & Gabbana. The story is in Vogue. All very fashion.
So
Wouldn't
many
expect
elements.
anything less. Every time someone's wedding comes out in Vogue, I'm like, oh, it didn't occur to me, but like, duh, it's going to be in Vogue.
Right. No, but I will say, like, people who like do Vogue wedding features, like, doesn't necessarily mean like you'll get into Vogue proper. I feel like Vogue weddings has like a little bit of a lower bar. Not for Olivia Culpo, I'm saying, but like, yes, I know what you mean, because Vogue like has to feature people.
No, and it's like when we were talking about her wedding all weekend, like I didn't wonder, because I didn't think about Vogue, period. But then I saw it was in Vogue. I'm like, oh, of course Olivia Culpo's wedding's in Vogue.
There are so many elements to this wedding that make it fabulous.
Is it Vogue weddings like on Instagram and then Vogue magazine on Instagram is what you're saying? Or
like I'm talking about the two franchises separately, like Vogue weddings and Vogue magazine.
Is Vogue weddings an Instagram handle?
Yes.
And then this was in Vogue magazine?
Oh, I don't know. Who did she collab post with? I think it was Vogue weddings.
Hold on.
Like, I'm almost
I'm
100%
seeing
sure.
Vogue weddings.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a difference.
Well, there were so many elements
But
of
of
this
course
wedding
Turt is
that made it like so interesting. Like, obviously Olivia Culpo herself is like this fashion queen. She's very digital forward, so like Vogue weddings wanting to collab with her makes complete sense. She also is like a reality star, and so many people are interested in her and her sister's family life. And she's also Miss Universe, which like has this own cloud of like legitimacy and cosmopolitan, if you will.
Yeah.
Then there's the Christian of it all, who like in his own right is so famous. And like, if you know football, like, you know Christian McCaffrey. He's like the best at what he does. He has like a $400 million contract. So there's so many different parts of this that make it
So A-list.
so A-list. And then of course, like her friends, his friends, all the 49ers being there, obsessed.
We haven't gotten any real footage from the ceremony yet, and people were just starting to post like yesterday of the weekend, and I think that's all probably forthcoming. But we have her dress, which was so beautiful, and I think a little surprising because it's very modest.
I think a lot of people, like from what I've seen, the feedback to the dress has been negative.
What?
I couldn't like it anymore. I think, and the more I think about it, the more I like it.
Agreed. And the more I hear her talk about it, the more I like it. She said that she didn't want her dress to exude sexy whatsoever. They both wanted to get married in a church. That was really important to them. And when she thinks back on the things that like Christian loves, what she wears, it's always something that's like really traditional and beautiful.
Oh, wait,
and like,
that's so sweet. I've chills.
yeah. And it's just like so nice. Of course people don't like it because it's nice and you guys are nasty.
Yeah, no, and I think like, you know, you look at this dress today, you look at this dress tomorrow, you look at this dress in 20 years from now, it is so timeless. Like, someone could have worn this dress seriously in the 1920s.
Someone could wear this dress to a royal wedding. She looks like a princess. Like when we see portraits from not even just like Kate Middleton, but like, you know, there's a bunch of princesses and princesses around the globe, or like aristocrats. Like she looks like an aristocrat.
And the fact that she can wear anything and decided to go for like a more tznius, modest look, I have so much respect for it. I love it so much. And again, it makes sense. Like, in a church, you would wear something like not super sexy. And then she has an after party look that we saw one. I think there's two other looks.
Yeah, there was a reception
They're more
look.
like, you know, fashion-y and sexy. But I
even
love
the reception look was very elegant, and then the after party look was fashion sexy, and I love and fun, and I loved that.
Totally. But the dress itself, like, I love. The only thing that I think confused people was that she got married like they got married in the church, but the whole weekend took place at this beachfront hotel. It's like a cottagey, Watch Hill, very.
It's giving, you know what it's giving? 5 Keys.
Yes, exactly.
Hotel
exactly.
Nantucket, even though it's Rhode Island, but it's New England as stated.
So like the dress itself like isn't beachy and it isn't very on theme with like the actual reception, but the wedding took place, and even the photos that were on Vogue Wedding, it's in this like cathedral like.
Yeah, what's this place?
I don't know. It looks like one of those like Rockefeller, Rhode Island homes.
Yes, it does. Maybe that's where she got ready.
So it totally works. I love it. I think it's so gorgeous. And like that's what a wedding is about. It's about like faith and family, and it's not about like having your tits out.
No, it's so true. And when she was talking about marriage in general with Vogue, she said that a marriage is a covenant. It's the beginning of the rest of your life, and it's the union and bond of two people forever. She wanted a dress that felt as serious as that commitment. And I feel like people forget that she's like a pretty traditional girl. If you watch the amazing show, The Culpo Sisters, which you should watch, their parents are still married. They have like an amazing marriage. And she also said in the show, like her and Christian like rely a lot on prayer when they're like like fighting or whatever. Like that's something that's like the bedrock of their relationship. And so obviously it makes sense that they got married in the church, and that like those traditional values are important to her. And I thought that was so nice. And I love like not veering from that just because maybe it's not like the
Instagram-y.
coolest.
No, I totally agree. Like
Being yourself is the coolest.
I loved every element of this.
Me
and
too.
I need people to like open up and start posting more, because like it wasn't giving me enough.
So what's the embargo, do you think?
I think there's probably a full Vogue feature, like from everything inside. But like, there's always like a little bit of a window because you need the photos edited, like, and they have a schedule of like, oh no, we have to do this person's wedding. Olivia Culpo definitely takes priority, so she probably gets. I think it'll be out this week.
Okay.
Because this is like a wedding with a lot of intrigue.
There was like one paparazzi photo of them walking. That looks like them leaving the church.
Yeah. No,
There's
like,
no way to know.
I love these two.
Me too.
And then all of our 49ers friends were there. The Kittles, the use checks, like obsessed.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more. I'm happy that she's married, that they're married, and I wish them well.
Me too.
A long, happy marriage.
And in terms of other celebs who were there, it wasn't like crazy.
I only really saw from Claire and Kristen.
Yeah, no, I saw like people everyone on TikTok was just like eating it up, like
gagged.
And so there was like her, Sports Illustrated girlies, her model squad, Devin Windsor as predicted. But there wasn't like crazy like A-list and it was nice. It was like really like they're people who they're close with.
And did Aurora bring Paul?
No, I didn't see.
Darn.
Yeah.
Darn. Okay, well, very happy for them.
Oh my God, I remember what I was going to say. I remember like 20 minutes ago, I couldn't remember. It's so uninteresting, I'm not going to bore you with it, but I just want everyone to know that I remember.
I want you to tell us. And
we were talking about recording earlier, and I was like, what's nice? Because by the time, with our usual recording time, by the time the episode ends, it's like almost lunchtime, and I am ravenous to the point where I can't think of anything else. Sometimes I wrap the show early because I'm like, if I don't get food in my belly, I'll kill someone. I'm not that hungry.
I'm having the opposite experience. I haven't eaten a thing, but I ate a lot this weekend because, post-beacon, like,
celebration.
Fill her up. So I don't even know what I would have eaten already, and I'm just hungry. Maybe because I ate so much this week, and my body's like, hey, yeah, where's more?
Yeah, keep going.
What's going on? Hey, where's the
I feel
party?
like I might regret saying I'm not hungry. Like, I'm just sort of jinxing myself. But at this very moment, like, I'm okay.
I feel hungrier than ever.
Damn, she's a survivor.
Are you ready for our next story, which is the other big American news of the weekend?
America, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Simone Biles making history by qualifying for Paris Olympics.
She's the oldest female to compete in as a gymnast since I think the 1950s, which is insane because she's 27.
Oh, I would have thought the history was that she's going to 3 Olympic Cs.
Oh, is that a record? When I was watching last night, they interviewed her and they were like,
No,
you're old.
I just made that up. I just assumed.
No, they asked her you are the oldest gymnast to compete in women's gymnastics since the 1950s. How does that make you feel? And she was like, it's funny. I'm 27.
That is
And not
funny.
only is she competing, she came in first in the trials.
Yeah.
She was pretty much the only one who was a guaranteed choice.
And the women's team has 4 returning veterans. So when I missed the trials last night, so I feel really left out. Honestly.
And it was amazing.
I feel super left out and I'm not a part of something. I feel maybe I'm not even a citizen.
Should you even watch the Olympics?
Do I watch it back? I just
out of the 5 girls who made the team, 4 of them were at the last Olympics.
I feel like I'm Jordan Pruitt on the outside looking in.
Yeah, or Ben Platt. On the outside, always looking in.
Will I? But I was happy as an outsider. I was happy to see. I recognized most of the names. They are all the girlies from last time.
No, Suni Lee has my heart. She's first of all,
Jade, Jordan.
I think she's one of either 3 or 4 sisters, and they kept panning
she's
to them.
swirly.
They were filming themselves, filming Suni. They're just their swirly energy. Mm-hmm. I love the Lee family. And she's so good too. And she had a serious injury that took a lot of rehabilitation. I don't know if she thought she was going to make it. So,
oh wow,
that was fabulous. Of course, girly Simone dancing to her floor routine, ready for it.
How was that?
So good. And
so she's back.
She's fully back, and she was asked about it. They were
she's better than she was 2 Olympics ago.
Yes, she said going into that Olympics, I literally knew, I couldn't tell you what was wrong, but I knew something was going to happen. I just knew it wasn't going to work. And she said she's obviously been working on her gymnastics in the years since, but she does therapy every Thursday. I think she's also really happy in her personal life. She's married. I think obviously there's been a lot of drama about her husband that we all kind of giggle at. But I think when I was watching her being interviewed by that guy, she seems like somebody who's really stable, really happy, and just I don't know, I'm not worried about her.
I'm so glad.
It's all good.
I'm so glad, and that's crazy that she's still number 1,
and she's technically the oldest.
Years after what was her peak then, because the last Olympics,
And so they asked, do you know Taylor? What yada yada? Did you hear from Taylor? Because Taylor replied to a tweet of the floor routine being oh my God, I'm freaking out. And Simone was very, very cool girl. She was I think my team talks to her team, and I've met her a few times. So yeah, she's really cool.
I'm sure they'll be on the Era stage after they
Yes! Oh my God, I would love that.
And I'm happy for the fact that 4 of the girls are veterans too, because their last Olympics was a little overshadowed by a lot of things. It was also COVID and weird, and their families weren't there. Remember that? And now they're getting the proper Olympics that they deserve. Sans AC.
And the good thing, the other good thing about them being veterans is that a lot of the other girls, all the girls who competed were amazing. Some of them were 16.
Well, the 5th girl who's not the veteran is 16.
There were a bunch of other girls who were at 16, so they will have another chance.
Because when you're 16, 16. Yes, they'll have another chance.
They'll have maybe 2 chances. So I wasn't sad for them, and like that sad. And there were 2 other alternates. One of them I was really rooting for. She was so little and blonde, and she was so cute. She reminded me a lot of Shawn Johnson. She kind of looked like her too. I think her name is Jocelyn. Yes.
Jocelyn Robertson. She's an alternate.
Yeah, she's an alternate. She was so cute. They were all like amazing. And gymnastics is like one sport like we've got on lock. You know, they were explaining really who the big competition for Simone is, and it's this girl from Brazil, and her and Simone competed at the last Worlds last year, and they're both just like the goats.
Okay,
so we have to keep our eye.
Another Olympics.
I don't know. With
and
Simone.
Also, it's like if she was at the last Olympics, she probably swept because Simone wasn't
taking time. Yeah, I don't know, but all eyes on Brazil.
Okay, well, I'm excited. I need to wiggle my way in.
It's the greatest time of year. And then track and field was obviously on before. Okay, I did brag on Peacock, but NBC is doing this thing where they're like pairing celebrities with Olympians to like tell their stories. And there was like all these different commercials. Keke Palmer is like kind of the celebrity spokesperson for Sha'Carri Richardson. And I was just like loving it. Mariska Hargitay is the spokesperson for Katie Ledecky.
Okay.
They had John Legend for somebody whom I can't remember. Whatever. I liked it.
I'm open, though not convinced.
No, but I liked the pairings. Like the concept is whatever. It's all about the pairings.
Yeah.
And just hearing like Keke Palmer like hype up Sha'Carri, like it was everything. And then Mariska Hargitay, because Katie Ledecky is on the verge of having more Olympic medals than any Olympian in history if she does what everyone thinks she's going to do. So it's kind of serious. And having, a storyteller like Mariska be her spokesperson, I loved.
Okay, I like because so far you're citing like 2 good people who I'm happy to have more of, but I just feel like in general, like these athletes are so accomplished and they're finally going to experience celebrity for the actual like hard work and talent that they have when like celebrities experience like fame and fortune for
all the time for nothing.
For not much.
Yeah.
And to make it about the celebrities again, when we have like real talent in the room, like take a seat.
That's actually an amazing analysis of the situation. Maybe you have to watch it just to feel the specialness.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with your point.
It's their time.
And it's like literally never their time except once every 4 years.
Right. And they're working so hard.
Track and field was on before too. Really exciting stuff. We've got it on lock, So
we're back.
We are so back.
And men's gymnastics?
They were in the facility last night. They kept panning to them. I don't know if they were competing. It's like crazy how nobody cares, myself included.
And it's like even when women's gymnastics, I feel so bad for the other gymnasts from last cycle because like
they got like,
what even happened?
Nobody
knows. But it's like even when the women's gymnastics like wasn't happening last year, we still didn't look to the men.
No, but I actually do think, I know you see it one way, but I think for someone like Suni Lee, who's amazing, but she kind of is like always second to Simone going through what she was going through, like kind of opened up the space for Suni to like win medals she might not have won.
Yeah.
She won a silver all
around?
All individual
all around.
I don't know.
Or like on one.
I think on one. It's so crazy how like,
I think she's like beam.
It's crazy how everybody's worst, even Simone, everybody's worst score is beam. I hate the beam. Like I watch it and my butthole is like clenched. It's just, it's so unnatural and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. So
what's your favorite?
Floor. Oh my God. Okay. Pops off.
Floor is really good, but seriously, justice for the uneven bars. Like it's really sick.
Yeah, but there's no music.
It's true. And I do love to see how people put their personality into their music. Of course, Ali Raisman dancing to Have an Aguila always comes to mind on a world stage. And yes, I do. I like to see what people, because it's like you have to be super rigid and like you can't really like, very stick it. You can't show your bra strap.
Right. You can't like do a dance.
So the one place you can really put your personality and on who you are is into your music choice. And I love that.
Yeah. Well, congrats.
And I think what Simone is saying with her music choice is like, don't count out the Countess. You know, she should have been dancing to Chic C'est La Vie.
Yeah. No, but Ready for It, it's got the boom. You could hit a tumble, cartwheel.
It's really like the perfect beat.
I
like the beat.
I like the beat. Speaking of the beat of Ready for It, Taylor Swift beams when she sees Travis Kelce appear to surprise. He appears to surprise her. Well,
we don't know for sure. We're all just like guessing.
He appeared at her Dublin concert, and it also appears as though she was surprised by his appearance.
Yeah. Because he showed up like in the middle. She was doing August, which is like more than halfway through the show. She looks to her VIP tent. You probably just like wave to some peeps. And she sees Travy. I'm so happy my Travy made it to the big show.
I love that song. What's it called? What did AI title it?
It doesn't have a title. It's just like AI's version.
Can you play it?
Yeah.
So if you guys
I did
don't
see
know,
it like got taken down because it's like, I don't know. Hold on.
because it's too good. If you guys don't know, because you don't have a sister who's like showing you TikTok stuff, AI created a Taylor Swift song before TTPD.
We were like, if we ever got a Travis song, somebody had it made via
what would
AI.
it sound like? And AI made a song, and it's so good.
Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on.
So happy that my Travy made it to the big game. One step closer to Kelce being my last name. But if you play like you ain't worthy, you can call me Mrs. Taylor.
You can call me Mrs. Taylor Purdy.
Literally one of the best songs I've ever heard.
So good. And what's so amazing about that is that there's no copyright.
Oh, I don't know
We
who
can
owns
play
it.
AI
Like,
music all day long on
does
this show.
GBT own it? GPT?
And also, how do I make a song? Like, can I say, AI, make me a collaboration between Gavin DeGraw and Kelly Clarkson?
I feel as though you have often like asked me for tactical.
By the way, when I say that, I'm asking the group.
Okay, because I don't know. Like,
I
I
know.
actually don't fuck with AI. Not in like a moral superiority way. Like, I just don't know how to
I
use
don't
it,
know
and I'm too
how.
lazy.
And I feel like I only use ChatGPT, and maybe because I don't pay enough, but I don't get the results I'm looking for.
Same.
So-
And one time somebody made me like a AI generated photo of Theo in heaven, and like that was all I needed. Like I AI'd too close to the sun. I don't ever need to see anything AI generated ever again.
yeah. Is there like one AI program that's 360? I've seen like Otter AI, but that's like for workflow. No.
No, if you're just like a dumb girly who like needs girly things
And
made.
like, I like to make fake photos. Like where I give it, like when I wanted to make my sandwich store concept because Ben wasn't seeing my vision, I plugged into AI what I'm thinking, and they gave me something, but I had to go to like a photo generation AI.
Sound off in the comments. Like, is there one that does both?
All of them. I also
Yeah.
want mute. Like I want to make my own collab songs.
Right. How did the person do that?
How did the person do that?
And I've often heard like there's this viral sound where Taylor Swift song "I Hate It Here, So I Will Go To." They have Olivia Rodrigo's voice singing it, and like it went viral because it actually sounds really good. How? Where? What program?
What program? Thank you.
What was the story? Oh,
Her
so
Travy
much.
made it big to the big show.
So much actually that came out of Dublin because there were a couple of celebrities there that like classic Dublin people, but then really surprisingly like Julia Roberts happened to be in Dublin.
I saw Julia Roberts, who's classic Dublin people.
Like one of the girls from Bridgerton, like one of the younger sisters who barely speaks, she's like Irish. So,
Cute.
you know, I was really hoping for like a Niall Horan appearance. What?
Just every time we talk about Irish people.
No, I know. I always
And,
act,
like,
I
the
confuse it with Scotland.
geography.
And it's not cool because
There's
the
an
Irish are,
offense
they're a proud
made.
people. And I'm sorry. So
I'm just like, we're in like actually really scary waters.
yeah,
here.
well, I'll say this. I hope Taylor was able to see the Dublin portal. Like,
I saw, now being in the city, I saw a sign for the Dublin
you
portal.
did?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything.
I'm like, and I don't think I was at the portal because I wasn't.
porting.
And also, isn't it over
I
there?
think it's in Times Square.
I wasn't in Times Square, but I wasn't like that far.
Well, the Julia Roberts thing, like that, there's a video of them going
I saw
viral.
it.
People were just filming inside the tent, and they got Travis saying hi to Julia Roberts on camera.
And she gives it like a very warm hello. Like
Like lots of touching, like lots of shoulder rubbing, and she's obviously a person who's into physical touch. I don't think there was anything nefarious about it.
It's Drew Barrymore coded.
Yes. It was very bizarre. Like, I don't think she has ill intentions. I don't think Taylor saw that and was like, get away from my man.
No.
But I actually, and she's just like this older sort of maternal
Yeah,
spirit.
it was giving like older auntie.
Yeah, but it was weird.
Yeah, but not in a nefarious way. But like, I just feel like just because she's Julia Roberts doesn't mean she's not prone to like human behaviors of being like, you know, overly personal.
You saying it being Drew Barrymore coded is the perfect description of it because it's not sexual, it's not
No.
romantic, it's familial.
It's like deeply interested
Yeah.
in the person she's talking to, wanting to show that with her hands.
Yeah,
and her-
it was sweet.
And her lack of personal space.
And then the video of Taylor appearing to be surprised by Travis shook everyone because he was with her all weekend for Wembley. Then he went home.
Wembley.
I couldn't say it. Wembley.
You didn't know if you went to London or Wembley.
Yeah, right. Wembley. He went home. He had a teammate's wedding,
Right?
and
He
she,
was
had to
dancing.
keep going on.
He was dancing.
And it appears as though right after the wedding, if my calculations are correct, it's a 10-hour flight. He made it just in time for the middle of the show. She appeared to not know, or she knew he was coming. She didn't know exactly when, and he finally made it, and she was excited. Like either one.
I like
is
both outcomes.
So cute.
I actually like the second one better because I don't like surprises. Like she probably was doing the whole show being like, my Travy's not coming.
I don't know how you can like be in such a committed relationship with someone and like not know where they are for 10 hours. Like I guess on a private jet, like you have premium Wi-Fi so you can keep texting, but like FaceTime.
I think she knew he was coming to see her there because also you have to like make arrangements, but didn't think he was going to make it for the show. And the fact that he made it for some of it, my Travy made it to the big show.
Now, in a situation like that, is he flying Air Force Tay? Is he chartering his own flight? I feel like he's probably chartering his own flight because her planes like need to be with her when she's abroad.
But she has the spare.
She does have the spare.
She has the air and the spare.
Can the spare go internationally 10 hours? That's like not every private jet can do that without like stopping to refuel.
10 hours, I think the good ones like not. It doesn't have to be.
Like I think her little one is for regional like stuff.
No, I don't think it's that little.
I don't think it can make it to Dublin in one fell swoop.
Like I don't think it can make it to Australia.
I don't think any private jet can make it to Australia actually without stopping to refuel. Unless you have like Drake's plane, which is a commercial flight.
747. Yeah. No, but like I think so, like a Gulf can a private jet. Well, I can't say go to Australia.
From where?
Fly
New York to Australia.
New York to Australia.
Like what's the longest commercial flight? New York to Singapore, right?
Oh, Blade. It's trying to get me to go to Australia.
They've got great SEO at Blade.
This isn't working. This is just like people want me to charter. Soon I'll be on my way to Australia if I don't X out.
Well, there could be worse things. Well,
no, I have better plans.
It's so true.
That would be terrible if I found myself going to Australia when I'm supposed to be going to the Hamptons. I couldn't
true.
be
You
more
wouldn't be back for like a whole week because you have to take a break between a flight that long so you don't get a blood clot.
Oh my gosh.
It's not like you could just get on a flight and return home. Like you could get really sick. You have to spend like at least 24 or 48 hours on land.
And you can't just like walk on the plane?
No. And actually, I know someone who got a blood clot like from too much travel. It's not Brian Kelly.
You think it's like a myth?
No, it's very real and it's a huge problem. Like,
yeah,
it's not worth it. So turn the iPad off. Take a step away.
I X'd out. I'll delete my history.
Stevie Nicks was also at the Dublin shows.
Bono sent a letter.
And Stevie Nicks had a huge influence on the surprise songs. You're on Your Own, Kid, which... Yo-Yoke, which Stevie Nicks has spoken about publicly many times, that it's like a song that like she just absolutely loves. She thinks it's like the most amazingly written song. It helped her through the loss of her friend. Like it's this deeply personal song. So I think a lot of people could have guessed that and could have guessed Clarabo, which is a song that mentions Stevie Nicks on Taylor's new album, TTPD.
And where's Clarabo?
Like
the real Clarabo?
Stevie Nicks.
The real Clarabo is a real person, right?
No, it's a statue.
She's an American actress who rose to stardom during the 1920s. I feel like she could be Irish. She was born in Brooklyn, but a lot of people
say
came
is the
to
Ireland
Brooklyn.
of New York.
Right, but a lot of people came to Brooklyn from Ireland, like in that movie, Brooklyn.
Right.
Like,
Saoirse.
She was born in Prospect Heights.
Dublin.
Brooklyn. But her parents... Her mother did not want to get pregnant.
No, I think Clarabo's selection really only had to do with the fact that Stevie Nicks was in attendance. I love you searching for deeper meaning, though.
Bo's parents were descended from English and Scots-Irish immigrants who had come to America the generation before.
I still don't think that had any bearing on the song choice, like for real.
But I think it just like makes it even all the more apt.
I do wonder why Niall Horan wasn't there. Like, he's such a big Taylor fan.
I feel like we would get a swirly biography about Clarabo.
I would love that.
I wonder if anyone's working on one. Alison Pataki.
And Taylor will write the original song for the eventual movie adaptation.
And honestly, if no one's working on it, like, and it's some historical fiction writer, like her editor's about to drop her and like she's having a hard time, like Clarabo.
Yeah, that sounds like a movie, actually. Your editor's about to drop you and you fall into this like spiral where you learn about Clarabo and this life and you like find yourself daydreaming about Clarabo all the time.
She appeared in 46 silent films and 11 talkies.
I love that. Not the talkies.
The talkies. Clarabo, I love her.
I actually like that song too, so.
Okay.
That's great.
Our next story, our fourth story.
Our fourth story?
Our fourth.
Is it our fourth that's brought to you by ByHeart Infant Formula?
It is. Thank you, Claudia, because we've been talking about ByHeart a lot here at The Toast, and I love talking about it because I think it's such a great company.
I agree, and I like their mission.
I like their mission, I like their product, and I like their message. So ByHeart, if this is your first episode of The Toast, welcome. But
I'm so happy to have you here, by the way.
What brought you?
I would love for you to sound off in the comments. How did you hear about The Toast?
And I want to let you know about ByHeart. but it lets you know about a core value at the
Yes.
top, which is about never skimming.
Yes.
So By Heart is an infant nutrition company built from the ground up to deliver real innovation on behalf of babies and parents. Their mission is simple: make the best formula in the world. So By Heart never skims on their ingredients, on their quality. They use organic whole milk that's grass-fed, which is so important to me when choosing milk in general. So to know that a formula uses organic whole milk, grass-fed whole milk is a major key. And they like to promote never skimming when it comes to mamas, when it comes to babies. Of course, we never skim when it comes to our babies because, like, really, who could? But I do feel like sometimes I skim on me.
Well, of course, if you're putting everything into your babies, like getting them the best of the best, when it comes time for you, like you're eating fast food in the back of your car crying.
Right, or eating whatever scraps that they didn't eat, the crust off their strawberries.
Yeah, like I saw a TikTok once that I sent to you, and it was like all these mamas were like laughing. It's like when you think about what you do for your kids, like the best of the best, whole milk, grass-fed, and when it comes time for you, like you're actually eating off the floor.
Yeah.
But By Heart does not endorse that message. It's
No.
like, good for ye, good for thee.
So the ways in which I never skim, which when it comes to my children, I mean, where do I begin?
Yeah.
Never skimming on ingredients, never on cookware. I switched to all like non-toxic cookware, whereas before, who knows what was in my cookware? And I guess I've benefited from that as well. Never skimming my bread. Mama learned how to make bread, so for the whole family's gut health.
Your cleaning supplies?
My cleaning supplies are all non-toxic, clean, efficient, however. And it's really made me think about how I should never skim or skim less on me. So taking time for me-self, I got a couple of girly swirly services while I was here. Because,
Yes.
Mama's got to shine too.
Yeah, she got a mani.
She's got to get her shine on.
She got a blowout.
And you know what it also was making me think of? Like, I feel like sometimes with me, redheads is like not always my priority, my book club. And it's a book club. I guess we do a podcast, but like
It's a passion.
It's a passion of mine. And I never skim on that Redheads book. And it's these days the only book of the month that I read, but I'm not skimming there.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm not spark noting it.
As
I'm
you-
taking the time. I'm reading it.
No, it's enriching the mind, the body, and the soul so that you can then give that enrichment to your children.
Right. So whatever ways you feel your best, it's important to not skim when it comes to yourself. And By Heart is really promoting that and reminding us of that. So every time you open your canister of By Heart, just remember, like, what about me?
So By Heart's thing is that they use grass-fed organic whole milk.
Yes.
Can you explain like why
What-
that's different? Like to a layperson, why is that better?
What's grass-fed? So the cows that the dairy product are coming from, they eat grass. They're raised on grass, which is more natural for cows to eat. Like they go out to pasture.
Right.
If you think of a cow out
Very Yellowstone
in
coded.
yonder, like they eat grass. Other cows that are not grass-fed, they eat grain, which is not as good for them. So you want your cow to be its best, the
Yeah.
cow that you're getting your dairy from, that your child's getting their dairy from. So grass-fed cows are happier cows.
And then when you are drinking grass-fed, the benefits are what, like digestion?
Yeah, and it's overall better milk product because
Yeah.
it came from a better, happier
Better source.
cow. Yeah.
And I hear that they skim on healthy fats. They use only organic whole.
They don't skim on healthy
They don't
fats.
skim, excuse
so
me.
That's the thing. It's like never skim, metaphysically, but also it's literally never skim milk.
Yeah.
It's whole milk.
And then for a baby, like their development, their growth.
Major key.
Yeah.
You want all those nutrients from whole milk. It's so great for brain development, bone development, all around development.
And I think it's important that everybody know that By Heart is made with certified clean ingredients. It has no soy, corn syrup, GMOs, or palm oil, which is just fabulous.
Yeah. So as an auntie, like, what are some ways that you never skim?
Oh my God.
You have to treat yourself. You work so
my
hard.
love language is physical touch. So when it comes to the kids, like I'm never skimming on those kisses. Like you're leaving one more. Like to me, because that fills my cup. My cup is runneth over, and everybody knows I'm like the auntie who's going in for the kisses. Like,
Yeah.
And then when it comes to myself, I mean, I think we all know. I really
yeah.
don't. I don't deny myself much.
But like a run, you got to get
Yes,
that time in
yes.
for You had a busy weekend, and I feel like you could have fallen prey to like some mamas who just they don't make the time for themselves.
And if somebody was curious about By Heart, how would they, learn more?
Well, if you're curious about By Heart, it's your lucky day. Redeem your welcome offer at byheart.com/podcast with code TOAST20 for a limited time. Additional terms and conditions apply. That's code TOAST20 at byheart.com/podcast.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you so much, Turdy.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Our next story, Khloe Kardashian celebrated her 40th birthday with a large party that I only now just understood the theme of.
Dollywood.
Dollywood. So
What did you think it was?
I was so confused because I saw it was like very Western, hoedowny. They had like cacti and Western
denim.
elements, and then it said Khloe would. And I was at a loss.
So I will say, when I first saw the sign for Khloe Wood, the sign looked so similar to a Raising Cane's sign. I thought she had a Raising Cane's themed party, which is like hilarious. I would have like a chicken tender themed party. And then the more I saw, I understood that immediately that it was Dollywood.
I didn't understand until I wanted to pick a story about Khloe's party, and the headline said that she had a Dolly Parton-inspired bash, and I was like, duh.
Yeah. And all the usual suspects were there. It was very Kardashian coded with a K. Khloe is like the best. I didn't know that she was like a country swirly, you know? And I don't know if she chose the theme because country is very hot right now. You know, everyone's sort of getting into country, or because like Dolly and denim and country vibes are very much of interest to her.
I think both. I don't think you can have a country birthday if you don't like care about country at all.
But like she had a country party and Snoop Dogg performed because that's really her genre of music. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
I feel like she was just doing it for the vibes.
Okay.
For the clout.
I mean, that's fun too.
Yeah.
But it's more fun when you like country music.
Of course, because if you were really into country music and you had a Dollywood themed party, you would either have like a Dolly impersonator come, you would have Luke Combs perform.
Yeah, you would have a country music artist perform.
Just saying.
But it looked really fun. I feel
It
like we
did.
haven't seen everyone together in a really long time.
Loved the
hope
outfits.
Khloe like had a really good night.
I didn't see Kylie there.
Oh, she was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was doing her thing with her friends.
Okay, because I saw mostly Kim and Khloe.
No, Kylie was there. I didn't see Kendall and Courtney, but I didn't
Look.
see everything yet.
Yeah, me neither. Like I was just like consuming content that came to me. I didn't actively seek out.
Right,
Content.
me too. But it did look like a swirly affair. Check. Khloe's 40.
Khloe's 40.
You know, like that's. I feel like
I guess I didn't put together that that's why she had such a big party because she's 40.
because she's 40. I feel like they were probably filming for the show because this is like a perfect storyline, like them pushing Khloe to have a big party.
I did
Chloe's
see
not feeling
cameras,
it.
yeah.
Oh, good. I mean,
Yeah.
I could literally see the episode writing itself. I also am very behind on Kardashians. That's something we could watch together.
Yes.
Should we make a list of like for this trip?
We always make lists of things to watch, and we never.
I have my like overall, you know, Thanksgiving, we're sitting down to the TV, what should we turn on? Like I have that, but that's not what this is because it's like going to be a lot of me and you time.
Okay, so
So I'm gonna put it on the same note,
Okay.
but it will be on a new category of Hamptons.
Also, I'm just like in this phase
content.
in my life where like it's the summer. I don't want to be sitting inside watching TV. Like I want to swim. I want to go outside. Like
Yeah.
I need to be tan, or I will seriously. I will jump off a bridge.
I also need to start going to sleep earlier.
I
I just
love
feel like
that.
that's not going to happen when we're together.
No, I would love to get into like a really healthy routine this summer where we're going to bed early, waking up early. Like I love that.
Yeah.
So we have more sunlight with the summer. Like the second the sun's down, like let's go to sleep.
I agree. Okay. Summer resolution.
Summer resolution is like spend as much time outside in the daylight.
But can I tell you what I've been wanting to watch? I don't know when I will get around to it. Perfect Match. I've heard this season is so good.
Oh, Netflix show. I want to watch
And Love Island USA.
Family Affair.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
But Perfect Match this season I've heard is so good, and I kind of want to watch it more than Love Island because I already know some of the players.
Jess, a lot of the
Micah,
girlies from
Harry Jowsey,
Love is Blind,
Melinda.
you know. Yeah.
Like
I love Melinda.
I really want to watch that, and I've heard it's so good. And like I love trash reality TV. Like
You
I'm going to
do.
love it.
You
and
do.
I love those. I've never really watched one of those all-star shows, but I should.
You should. Absolutely.
So maybe that, but like you said, we're not. Maybe if it's like a rainy week.
Yeah. Hurricane season, you know.
Yeah, and I think my husband would actually like that too because he loves Love is Blind. That's his favorite show.
Yeah, Ben loves it too.
That's so funny.
It's so funny. Love is Blind like really brings people together. But back to Khloe.
Back to
The girls looked great. Like I loved the full commitment to the denim outfits. That was obviously like the theme, like telling everyone to show up in denim. It looked so much fun. Like, you know, they like literally build sets for their parties. I don't know where it feels like they have them on a lot.
Yeah, I think sometimes they do.
Right. And like Kim has like this big office space. It's like a warehouse that's just empty for like photo shoots. And I think they literally build sets for their parties. It's sick. I guess I'm just now really sort of internalizing that Khloe's turning 40.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the girls is like we've known them forever, like since we were in high school, and we've always felt like so related to them because they're sisters, whatever. But they've always been like significantly older than us, and it's really crazy how Kim's 40.
Well, more.
Right? No, Kim turned 40, Khloe turned 40, and Kourtney turned 40. Like they're all over 40.
Yes.
But they really are like at the helm of all things like culture and
beauty.
And beauty. It's actually really impressive. I
Yeah.
mean, they don't look 40, but
Kourtney's 45.
I feel like Kourtney's gotten to a place where she really embraces her age and she like doesn't want to not look 45
but
anymore.
like when I think of a 45-year-old, she's 5 years away from 50, and like that's not. They seem.
No, it's actually I think a testament to like Poosh and her wellness, because I think she's really. I don't think she does anything anymore in terms of like, you know, Botox filler. I think she does, of course, like skincare and stuff. But I think she's like somebody who looks really, really amazing at 45.
Yeah.
She doesn't not look 45.
But it's also like they just don't seem in their 40s. Like,
because they're throwing parties like this with Snoop Dogg. Like,
yeah, and I guess like their kids are not
super
much
old.
older. I don't know. But I
It's
think
interesting.
it's great for women.
I agree.
Because like they're the beauty standard and they're actually older than you would think for the beauty standard.
I always find myself like constantly being reminded that they are in their 40s.
Yeah, and like every year that they get older, but like it hasn't changed that like they are the standard.
Right.
I think it's good for women.
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated for women because they also don't look how most people look when they turn 40.
Right, but you think like when you turn 40 or you're 45, like
Your
you're
life
just
is
set
over.
out to pasture. But
Yes.
like that's so not the case.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
Not really, because at the beginning of the show, you kind of like shit on it. You're like,
So I
okay,
actually swapped. You know what?
Okay.
Should I do like two fifth and final stories?
No.
Because I swapped
Listen,
it.
you
'cause
made
I
it-
think that this is what more people are talking about, and I'm actually happier to talk about it.
you made a decision.
I swapped it.
You have to
But
live with it.
I'm living with the swap.
I'm ready.
Paul Mescal and Gracie Abrams were seen out together in London.
I'm glad we're talking about this. This means a lot to a lot of people. Personally, I'm not one of those people. However, I get it. I see it.
You respect it?
I respect it. And Gracie Abrams is very much in this like sort of genre for like the girlies who like Phoebe Bridgers, which is also weird because she dated Paul Mescal. I think they were actually like engaged at one point. She's very like a certain type of aesthetic. That's
But
not
is
my
she-
aesthetic.
Is Phoebe Bridgers still dating
Bo Burnham,
the
I
Netflix
think.
guy?
The
He's
what?
Netflix.
Yeah, Inside by Bo Burnham.
And he's
I
a
think,
comedian?
Yes, I think he is. I think they are still dating.
Yeah, this is like a group of people that like they could just like keep like moving
Circle
around each
jerking.
other. Like to me, they're like the indie equivalent of like Kaya Gerber, Jacob Elordi,
Yes.
Austin Butler.
That's an amazing
Olivia
comparison
Jade.
for people who are sad. You know?
Yeah, and serious.
Yeah. I guess he's not dating Natalie Portman. They were just smoking cigarettes together.
I guess not. However, I think Gracie Abrams and Natalie Portman are of the
Similar
same
vibes.
elk. So
Jackie, they're literally 20 years apart, like in age.
elk. Elk is timeless.
Okay.
So like maybe that was their last date, Natalie and
Yeah. Maybe they're breaking up over cigarettes.
yeah.
I happen to really like this, even though, again, it personally means nothing to me. I saw Normal People. I love Paul Mescal. I think he's extremely handsome. And it's always interesting who handsome people seek out. And Gracie Abrams is kind of having a moment, you know? She,
Us.
yes, exactly. She's having a moment musically. She's having a moment with Taylor Swift. It's very exciting.
And of course her dad.
Her dad lost is, you know, really successful. She is really being very meticulous and smart. I feel like she's actually competing right now with Sabrina Carpenter. They're both dropping these like big debut albums, even though like they both released music before. Sorry, they're not debut albums, I'm sorry. But it's like the most famous they've been while releasing music. And they're being very smart, very meticulous about how they're dropping music. And they're both connected to Taylor Swift. They both opened for Taylor Swift. They both, well, Sabrina doesn't have music with Taylor Swift, but I do feel like that's on the horizon. And they're both these like young women who are having top chart topping hits.
Yeah. I don't compare, I mean, I don't think about it, but when I think of their elk, I don't think of them as the same because like,
Their genres, I think Sabrina Carpenter are for people who are happy and Gracie Abrams are for people who are like serious and sad.
got it. Well, I just want to say a couple things about J.J. Abrams.
Please.
He directed also Star Wars.
Yeah, I
So-
know. But like he's lost.
Yeah. And now I'm going to tell you something that's kind of going to change the tenor of this entire conversation.
What?
He directed Morning Glory.
You're fucking lying.
No, it's right here. Plain as day.
I
So we better
knew-
put some fucking respect on his name.
Jackie, I knew he had talent. Oh my God. What else has he directed?
Hold on. So when I go to his
IMDb.
Rolodex, Google now does a better job than IMDb.
I feel like, did
It
he also
says
do Freaks and Geeks?
Morgan? Oh, he's also a composer. So I think maybe he composed Morning Glory because he's not the director.
Oh, okay.
But he worked on the movie.
And I think his big break...
He produced Morning Glory. Beautiful.
Beautiful. I believe his big break was Freaks and Geeks. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
I think that was him.
Early career. I don't think it was. No, that was Judd Apatow.
Thank you. I get them confused with the J.
I don't, because I don't see JJ as doing comedy. I also didn't realize he was like young, but I guess, yeah, his daughter's young, so
Yeah.
he's not that old.
Um,
He went to Sarah Lawrence. I thought that's for
for
girls.
girls. That's literally for girls.
Wait, it's originally a women's college. It became coeducational in 1968. Okay,
But I still don't think men should go.
leave it for the girls. Are you for real? There's not enough like male first colleges.
Not only that, but like,
for your like
ew. Like, get out.
ick.
Like, what are you, a girl? Like, seriously, fuck off.
That's icky.
When I think of
Sticky.
Sarah Lawrence, I think of girls like in the 1950s who were going to college for the first time. Like,
Of course, but even now when I think of Sarah Lawrence, like I
I think of The Notebook. She went to Sarah Lawrence.
You do?
Right?
No.
Rachel
Not saying
McAdams.
she didn't go there. I'm saying that's not what I think of. I just like think of a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Like, and they probably have like, canvas tote bags.
No, it's for girls.
Yeah. Like his daughter looks like she goes to Sarah
Yes,
Lawrence.
and even though like now in real life, like technically if you have a penis, like you can go, that doesn't mean you should.
Agreed. I want to know like where he applied early decision. Was it Sarah Lawrence?
Was this his first choice?
I
Because then there's
guess-
something seriously deeply wrong with him.
No, but I guess if like you're a guy who like wants to get a lot of girls, I'm sure the ratio there is stacked.
To me, like if I'm a girl who goes to Sarah Lawrence and I have a male classmate, like that's an ick. Like I would.
You don't
I
think
would,
it's like a man that's trying to like better himself
No.
and like support women?
okay, this is gonna
And
be
he's probably taking
ready?
like, gender studies.
This is gonna be my hottest take ever, and people are gonna say, Claudia, you're disgusting. I think men who are like so like women forward, like I don't know what the right way of describing it is, and I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but like men who are like, women are like men who are feminists, like in a toxic way. I think it's seriously the most unattractive thing ever. Like I prefer my men a little bit more traditional. Like I would like to be treated as an equal, of course.
Yeah.
Hold the door. Pay for dinner.
I feel like sometimes we'll hear about like a terrible man and it's like, and he was the one wearing like the
t-shirt, this feature is female, yes.
It's always those guys. I mean, because what a great way to hide your asshole behavior behind a t-shirt.
No, and I just think like when it comes to relationships, and we joke about this a lot, but like I'm of course a feminist at its core. Like I think modern wave feminism has taken on a life of its own, and I don't see those women at all. But the ideology of feminism, like bitch, I'm equal, and I'm better. Like I agree with completely. When it comes to relationships, I think there are gender roles, and I tend to adhere to more traditional ones. And to me, that's what I find attractive.
You don't want to put your luggage in the overhead bin by yourself.
Exactly. I find that attractive. So a man coming in with a futurist female t-shirt, like ick.
Ick to you, but I think for the swirlies at Sarah Lawrence, like to have a man in their gender studies class, they're like, oh, he knows. Like that's
Maybe.
an enlightened man.
Maybe.
I think it's like actually a great way to be a misogynist and get a lot of girls.
Yes. Well, I think that's actually more often than not the reality of the men who are wearing the futurist female shirts.
Yeah.
The future is female, and so is the woman I'm literally beating up at home. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Yeah. That's always how it happens.
It's a great cover.
It's a great cover. So I'm not buying it. Ick. Mm-hmm. All that to
So
say...
you're icked on J.J. Abrams. What if it was like the only school he got into
No, by the
because he
way-
had to connect?
J.J. Abrams could seriously do whatever he wants. Now knowing that he produced Morning Glory, he couldn't do anything wrong.
It's true. He's the 8th highest grossing film director of all time.
Thanks to Morning Glory.
I mean, Star Wars should put him like higher than that. List of highest grossing film directors.
Let me guess. James Cameron, number 1.
Number 1 is Steven Spielberg, and his highest grossing film is Jurassic Park.
That's kind of crazy. Okay, next.
Number 2 is James Cameron. His highest grossing film is Avatar, which is higher than Jurassic Park, but he's done less films.
Oh, because he's a man like with
Taste.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Discretion.
No. Keep going. Standards.
Yeah. 3, the Russo brothers.
I never heard of him.
Avengers Endgame is their biggest.
Oh.
4, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
5, Michael Bay, Transformers. 6, David Yates, Harry Potter. 7, Christopher Nolan, Dark Knight Rises, but also now Oppenheimer. 8, J.J. Abrams, Star Wars.
Fabulous.
Also, 9, Ridley Scott, The Martian, was his highest. I guess he just does a lot of movies. Then 10, Tim Burton. And 11, Ron Howard, who also produced another Nepo baby that doesn't get her Nepo flowers.
She doesn't, actually.
Bryce
She
Dallas
slips
Howard.
through the cracks. She was actually just cameoed on an episode of Hacks.
But that's also because she's really talented.
I agree. Like, that episode of Black Mirror shifted the culture.
However, an undeniable talent, it's hard to say when it comes to acting.
Oh my God, it's so true. Because I was actually thinking that last night while I watched Hairspray the musical. And it's crazy to me that was Nikki Blonsky's first foray into acting because it's the best acting I've ever seen. And it begs the question, is Nikki Blonsky the talent of our generation, or is acting not hard?
Or a third option, can some people be amazing in one role, but not amazing in all roles?
I like that.
And you can't say until you watch her new movie that she was promoting that we said we would watch. And I just want to say, number 12 director, one of our favorite people, Jon Favreau.
I love
Never
him.
forget that he directed The Lion
Yep.
King.
I love him. And I love you.
I love you as well, my
And I
sister.
love the Fast
I have to
Five.
go pack.
And this is the last show in the studio for the summer, so kiss it goodbye. Make sure to leave a
Soak it
5-star
up.
review. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast and Millennium Morning Show. We deliver our fast 5 stars. You need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So you're watching us on YouTube. Please, if you're subscribing to this video, thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts or podcasts. We've had so Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Public Radio, I already Castbox, all the places where listen to podcasts. So don't leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, about how stunning, about how wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.